Do you think with your head or your heart? A question as old as time itself. Now, this isn't just a poetic musing, but a fundamental question that dives into the depths of our decision-making processes. And it's not as straightforward as you might think. We often perceive these two modes of thought, the logical and the emotional, as being at odds with each other. There's a long-standing belief that they are mutually exclusive, that one is always superior to the other. But the truth is, they are both integral parts of the human experience, and they both play essential roles in the decisions we make. Imagine for a moment a world where decisions were made purely on logic, devoid of any emotional influence. Sure, it might seem efficient, but it would also be devoid of compassion, empathy, and the human touch. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, imagine a world driven solely by emotions, with no regard for logical thought. It might be passionate and heartfelt, but it would also be chaotic, unpredictable, and potentially harmful. This is why we need both. Our minds, with their analytical prowess, help us to evaluate situations, to weigh pros and cons, and to anticipate potential outcomes. They help us to make decisions that are objective, practical, and often necessary for our survival. But our hearts, with their emotional intelligence, bring a different kind of wisdom. They allow us to understand and connect with others on a deeper level. They guide us in making decisions that are compassionate, empathetic, and ultimately human. These two modes of thought may seem at odds with each other, but they are in fact complementary. They offer us a balance, a harmony of thought that allows us to navigate our complex world with a blend of pragmatism and passion, logic and love. So let's dive deeper into this intriguing dichotomy between the head and the heart. Let's explore how these two seemingly disparate facets of our nature come together to shape our decisions, our interactions, and ultimately our lives. Thinking with the head, the realm of logic and reason. This is where we delve into the world of rational thinking, a world that's built on objectivity. Rational thinking is like a finely tuned instrument, capable of dissecting complex problems and offering solutions underpinned by reason. It's the tool we use when we need to make calculated decisions that require precision, analysis, and a clear, unclouded view of the facts. Rational thinking allows us to step back from a situation, to see it from an outside perspective. It gives us the ability to sift through the noise, to separate fact from fiction, and to arrive at conclusions based on evidence rather than conjecture. It's the compass that guides us through the labyrinth of life, pointing us in the direction of truth and understanding. But, like any instrument, the rational mind has its limitations. It can lead us down the path of overthinking, where we become so lost in the labyrinth of our thoughts that we lose sight of the bigger picture. We can become entangled in the minutiae, in the endless possibilities and outcomes. And in doing so, we can lose our way. Moreover, the rational mind can sometimes lack empathy. It can be cold, clinical, and detached. It can fail to take into account the emotional complexities of human interaction, the subtle nuances that color our perception of the world. It can neglect the heart, the other vital player in the game of decision-making. So, while the rational mind is an invaluable tool, it must be used wisely. It must be balanced with empathy, with emotion, with the understanding that not all problems can be solved by logic alone. We must remember to listen to the rhythm of our hearts, to the whispers of our intuition, and to the silent voice of our gut instincts. The head gives us the power of reason, but it's not the only player in the game of decision-making. Remember, our decisions are a symphony, and the head and the heart are the instruments that create the music. Now let's shift our focus to the heart, the epicenter of our emotions and feelings. The heart, often symbolized as the seat of our emotions, plays a vital role in our decision-making process. It's the voice in our heads that whispers, "Go for it," when our brain is screaming, "Wait, think about it." It's the driving force behind our passion and the reason we sometimes leap without looking. Emotional thinking, as we often refer to it, has several potential benefits. For one, it fuels empathy. When we allow our hearts to guide us, we're more likely to feel and understand the emotions of others. This empathy can lead to stronger relationships and deeper connections. It's the heart that allows us to feel joy, love, and excitement. It's what makes us human. Moreover, the heart is the source of our passion. It stirs us to chase our dreams, to fight for what we believe in, and to stand up for others. It's the heart that gives us the courage to take risks, to venture into the unknown, and to create something new. It's our heart that pushes us to go beyond our comfort zones and reach for the stars. However, just like the head, the heart also has its pitfalls. One of these is impulsivity. When we let our emotions rule, we can become impulsive, making decisions without considering the consequences. This can lead to regrets and mistakes, as we act on our feelings without thinking things through. Similarly, emotional thinking can lead to irrationality. Our emotions can cloud our judgment, making us see things not as they are, but as we feel they are. This can lead to misunderstandings, misinterpretations, and in some cases, conflict. Despite these potential pitfalls, the heart remains an essential part of our decision-making process. It adds a layer of humanity to our decisions, a touch of passion and empathy that the head, with its cold logic, often lacks. The heart adds a dimension of passion and humanity to our decisions, balancing the cold logic of the head. So how do we strike a balance between the head and the heart in our decision-making? This question is not merely philosophical, but practical. Let's dive into it. Our head, the rational mind, and our heart, the emotional center, both play crucial roles in our decision-making process. They're like two sides of the same coin, each invaluable in its own right. But striking a balance between them? Now that's the real challenge. Imagine you're on a tightrope. On one side, you have the cold, calculated logic of the mind. On the other side, the warm, passionate impulses of the heart. Leaning too much towards either side could cause you to lose your balance and fall. The key is to find equilibrium, to walk the line, balancing both aspects. So, how does one achieve this equilibrium? Mindfulness is a great place to start. It's the practice of being present, of observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment. This helps you understand your inner workings better. It's like being the conductor of your own orchestra, knowing when to let the violins of logic play and when to let the drums of emotion beat. Self-awareness is another vital component. It's about recognizing your patterns, understanding your triggers, and knowing how you typically respond to situations. Do you lean more towards logic or emotion? Knowing this can help you make a conscious effort to incorporate the other aspect into your decisions. Consider also seeking external perspectives. Sometimes we're too close to a situation to see it objectively. Input from trusted friends, family, or mentors can provide a fresh viewpoint, helping us balance our inner dialogue. Above all, remember that balancing the head and the heart isn't about choosing one over the other. It's about harmony. It's about understanding that each has its place, its value, and its time to shine. Achieving a balance between the head and the heart is no easy task, but it's a worthwhile endeavor for those who seek a well-rounded decision-making process. So, go ahead, strike that balance, and see how it transforms your decision-making. So, in the end, should we think with our heads or our hearts? It's a question that has sparked countless debates, spawned numerous philosophical discourses, and even inspired songs and poems. But the answer isn't as black and white as we'd like to believe. The truth is, there's no universal right or wrong answer. We are complex beings, and the best decision-making process varies from person to person, situation to situation. At times, our logical mind, with its rational thinking and analytical prowess, serves us best. It helps us navigate complex problems, make strategic decisions, and avoid the pitfalls of impulsivity. However, there are moments when our emotional heart takes the lead, guiding us towards choices that resonate with our core values and deepest desires. It allows us to connect authentically with others, to be empathetic and compassionate, and to act on our gut feelings. So how do we know when to let the head lead or the heart take over? The answer lies in self-awareness. It's about understanding our own thought processes, recognizing when we are being overly rational or too emotional, and finding a balance between the two. It's about acknowledging that our decisions are colored not just by cold, hard facts, but also by our feelings, experiences, and values. It's about accepting that sometimes the right decision may not be the most logical one, and that's perfectly okay. In fact, it's more than okay. It's this unique blend of logic and emotion that makes us human. It's what allows us to dream and innovate, to love and empathize, to take risks and to grow. So whether you lean more towards the head or the heart, remember to embrace this duality. Cherish it. It's a testament to your humanity, to your ability to think and feel, to rationalize and empathize. It's what makes you, you. And that, my friends, is the final verdict. Whether you lean towards the head or the heart, the key is to embrace the unique blend of logic and emotion that makes us human.